Hello, everyone. I think time once and for all to lay this down so I never ever again have to be like, yeah. Of course, I could put a nice little thing of his face and everything, but you know what? He still creeps me out either way. And plus, besides, I'm pissed off at that freaking stupid piece of trash. The history with me and him is just the fact of, well, I was kind of afraid of him, and as soon as they showed him in the fourth movie and had his face screwed up the freaking hell, that's when it really gets freaky. But I think what really frightened me as a kid of him is just the fact of his facial expressions. Everything else he says is basically crap, but his facial expressions, his facial expressions is freaking scary. That's the only really thing, is that his freaking face. If they had a bag over his head throughout the whole entire films that he ever made, then basically he wouldn't be a threat at all. I wouldn't be, yeah, I wouldn't have been. Well, anyways, I'm just gonna talk about some of the loopholes and all other stuff within the thing. So let me just say, I watched the first movie, and then I watched the third movie in Spanish, like some years later. Excuse me. I knew that the fourth movie was present, and the fifth movie was just too freaky to. Yeah, it had a freaky behind cover, and then when they actually were promoting it in the movie theater, that was freaky looking at that crap too. Excuse me. But anyways, I had like a big huge gap, and I really needed to know how to defeat him and everything. And eventually, I got over the fear, and the fear turned into anger and outrage, and yeah, that's when I become to hate the bastard. I mean, it's still a little bit intimidated, but I still hate the bastard either way. So, here is with all the questions and stuff and everything I did throughout the whole entire excuse me, marathon they did on Saturday, I think it was Saturday. Yeah. So, all right. I'm going to go out of context though. I think I'm going to go out of context. Let me just there we go. Okay. Just one thing to help me to destabilize all of it, because it's like, yeah, I mean, if he's supposed to be the big thing that's supposed to intimidate me all these years, they could at least keep their crap together instead of being like, you know what, that's kind of odd. Well, anyways, in the first movie, he has the amulet that he needed to do to transfer his soul into the other kid's body, aka Andy. And you know what? That thing should have actually burned. Yeah, it should have been burned, and he actually tried doing it in the second movie, so that means that it also should have been melted in acid, and heck, I think it comes to the point of he might have to actually get some object to actually scrape and dig for that amulet that's buried deep in there. And then if he had in the third movie as well, he would actually have he fell in the freaking fan. Yeah, that fan, and shred him to pieces. Chances are that amulet would have actually been shredded as well. Or it could actually just be in the fan. So it's kind of like that's a big history of it. So in the fourth movie, basically he and his ex-girlfriend that's now his wife, they needed the amulet, and it kind of doesn't explain how come in the second two movies that came out, how the frick could he actually transfer their souls if he didn't even have the amulet anyways? So it's kind of like, yeah, that's the biggest loophole you ever have. Seriously, yeah, it's kind of like a big loophole there, a big fat loophole. But of course, I guess since he was dead, he might actually need it. And as for the girlie, I guess since it's the first time, if you want to fix it, then basically the girl is the first time of her being in a body that isn't hers, and because it's her first time, they'll need the amulet. But after that, they don't need the amulet anymore unless she comes back to life after some years of death. But even so, it's kind of like that kind of sounds stupid to me. All right, so in the fifth movie, basically he has a son, and notice the fact that on his wrist it has "Made in Japan." But we all know that in the second movie we saw him get refixed and everything, and the third movie as well he had to be refixed and remade as well. But we know that the factory was actually in New Jersey, meaning that it actually should say "Made in USA" than actually "Made in Japan," which that doesn't make sense. That really doesn't make sense, and I'm glad that doesn't make sense because that proves a freaking ratchet in what crap they actually are trying to do. Given it was kind of funny that he was actually made in Japan and he was able to do some Japanese phrases and uses them, but it's really like, yeah, whatever. So it seems like after, like I said, after the first movie, since he didn't have the amulet, he shouldn't have been able to summon any of the dark magic that would actually put his soul within the kid's soul. Either it's Tyler or Andy. And in the fourth movie, they had a few lockers filled with Jason and Freddy and Michael Myers, which I have to admit, that's kind of funny, I guess. It's kind of like a good nod to him. And then they had him in a freaking locker. Yeah, he was in a locker in a trash bag. And it said unsolved cases. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Technically, look at freaking Jason. Yeah, the first Friday the 13th movie. He wasn't even in there. It was his freaking mom. No, he was in there in the last one. The last one, and I made fun of it. The fact that he was like Jaws. It would have been funny if someone makes a parody of it. And at the end, they basically have Jason, like in the ending, jump out of the water. But they do a close-up of his face, and he says, "Hey, Jaws, eat your heart out." That would have been so freaking funny. Well, anyways, yeah, back to this. So, after the third movie, we don't get to hear how Andy ended up, because after the third movie, Andy, I think, is going to jail now. He either is going to jail or getting more questioned. He actually will be a 26-year-old when the fourth movie happened. So, it's kind of should be the whole quest to not only get a body, but after that he'll get revenge on Andy, which would have been cool to actually watch. But yeah, we know that he won't actually proceed or actually succeed in his whole plan, but still it's kind of like, yeah. Well, anyways, there's like a lot of things that I like to say I don't see the why he should do it. I mean, why did the dumb bastard have to kill the CEO in the third movie? It was in the third movie. Yeah, so in the third movie, the CEO got to have the first doll out of the merchandise thing, and of course, for some reason, he wants to kill him for some reason, and also, the F word with him. Yeah, mess around with him, and basically it's kind of like the stupid part of, okay, he relaunched the thing. I get maybe you wanted peace and crap, but he relaunched it, meaning that you kind of should be thanking him a little bit. The fact that you got remade and you're able to try once again to get a body. So it's kind of like you should be more like thank you instead of more like ah. So it's kind of like, yeah. So let's see. The other thing is that in the end of the fourth movie, you had the baby kill the guy, the detective guy. But in the fifth movie, he's a freaking shrimp. Yeah, the kid, I think his name started with a G. Yeah, Glenn or Glenda. Yeah, I mean, how the frick did he become a cowardly shrimp if he actually killed someone as a baby? Yeah. Another thing is, how did Tiff get revived? Because let's look at this. The first movie ever of this bastard, he got burned to a crisp, and, well, I didn't even see the second movie until just recently. And the second movie is kind of surprising, and I kind of actually find it satisfying, even though I hate the bastard. But still, and I have to talk about that too. But Still, they basically took one piece of the his body, cleaned it up. It was his face, and then after that, they fixed it together. I think technically they had his body too, so they scratched all of the charred stuff and then remade him, put it in the eyes, and yeah, that's the thing I really have to talk about. Actually, I don't think that's in the notes I have here. Yeah, I have friggin' damn notes. All right, yeah, get over it. So yeah, in the second movie, I never saw it before, and only a friend who actually is a bastard who stole my DS. He told me the fact of they put in the eyes. Someone remade them and put in the eyes, and the eyes rolled in the back of his head and then turned red. And then I think he went on a killing spree. Imaginations, dude. Imaginations, really. So yeah, that's what I really was expecting, which gained more of the intimidation hype. So it's kind of like, yeah, yeah. Well, anyways, so because he got charred and he got remade, chances are that's what happened with Tiffany, I guess, is the fact that they basically scratched all the charred stuff off of her and then re-blanket her and everything. So it's kind of like, yeah, I guess that's what happened. Yeah, so the only messed up part is that I guess her clothes was okay. I guess they were okay, so maybe they were able to model the clothes after the clothes they found on her when she was charred. Yeah, but anyways, it's kind of like, yeah. And Tiffany ruined his face in the fourth movie. Yeah, so we find out he had a sick ex-girlfriend who actually thought the ring he left was for her, but it was $5,000, $6,000, so he was planning to pawn it, apparently. So yeah, she wanted to revive him. She actually killed a cop who was dirty to get his body back, and it looks like the whole if you touch on him he'll come back to life, because that's what happened in the first movie. The first movie, if you touched his dead body, he was like, kill him, kill him, kill him. It's like, okay, so never touched his body when he's like macheted and crap, because he's able to come back to life if you touch on him. So it looks like that was just a freaking rumor made by the first movie and never really explained the rest of the time. So it's kind of like, okay, a throwaway. But yeah, she was the real reason why his face got all screwed up and why he's so intimidating now. I think technically she is into that type of crap, and heck, even the boyfriend she's been pulling around with her so much. Yeah, I think that that's a freaking sick character, and it was horrible what was going on. But I do have to admit it was kind of funny just to see how torturous it is, and I do have to admit, cutting it away from the new movies, the recent movies, and the first original three, it looks like the fourth one and the fifth one was actually supposed to be more funny than actually horror. I guess there is horror mixed into it, but it's also funny as well. Which, of course, they do have a brand new reboot, which my question is, why the... Yeah, I'm going to get to that as soon as I finish the rest of the list. So, it's amazing that in the third movie he was remade because they got his body, I don't know, some kind of freaking machine crap got his body and moved. At first I thought, holy crap, it's some kind of thingy, like some kind of spirit or some kind of crap that's moving the arm around. But I guess it's just basically people. And while they were moving the arm around, his blood splattered in the plastic. So it was drips of blood splattered in the plastic. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and because of that, they remade the first doll, and he was in it. Yeah, the blood actually just surfaced and mixed around with that doll. Yeah, it's kind of funny if they would actually have went with the whole small soldiers thing, where it's not only one, but you have so many other ones because his blood infected a whole entire batch. So that means that there is bunches and bunches and bunches of him, or at least maybe there's like a major chip hazard original one, and because everyone else shares the same blood, they actually now are alive and they have tendencies to kill as well. So they have like batches of freaking demonic dolls that's able to kill lots and lots of people. Yeah, which that would be crazy as hell. You do have to admit. Of course, I already admit 10 years later for the fourth movie. Again, do they kill because they're psychos or what? I mean, there's like sometimes where they didn't really have to kill at all. Yeah, there's like some that didn't really have to kill anyone. Let's see. Yeah, that's about it. I mean, there's some that actually gets justice for it, like the stupid girl who stole the $500 from the guy that was gonna transport the dolls to that New Jersey place. So it's kind of like, yeah, they deserved it, but there's many others that doesn't deserve it. Technically, her uncle who was smuggling weed inside the freaking van, given he kind of does deserve it, but he kind of doesn't. Let's see, and there's like lots of others deaths there, but I'm just saying most of them is kind of like you don't really need it. Well, anyways, next up is Tiffany was kill crazy and yet she wants to stop killing. Yeah, so in the fourth movie she was all about the killing, she was straight up all about it, and then all of a sudden the fifth movie it was like, well, she does kill, but she wants to stop killing. I guess it's because her freaking motherhood now might have stopped her from doing it, but it's kind of like, well, you're kind of destroying the character if she was kill crazy in the fourth movie and now you want her to have change of heart. Yeah, kind of weird. And yeah, since the freaking first movie, he was able to move the freaking arm and choke the guy. And in the fifth movie in the end, he was able to cut off his hand just to freaking scare his freaking son. How come in the second movie when his hand got cut off, he's not able to actually make it move too? You would figure that freaking hand is able to move as well now. And it will bring a little bit more fright because now they have a freaking hand they have to deal with too. So it's kind of funny, especially when they actually take the hand, step on it, and he feels it and he's like, ah, when he's trying to do something. So it's kind of funny. Yeah. But still, yeah, the second movie was really, really intense. Oh, anyways, they kept his head in the second movie. Why? Oh, let's see. They kept his head in the second movie. Oh, yeah, because the third movie started with that. So they kept his head for some reason. And the reason might be is because they wanted to see if it was tampered with. And I'm like, really? Do you really want to actually touch this stupid doll that caused so much trouble? And we actually see red glowing electricity. And instead of being like, yeah, we need to lock this thing up, this thing is a freaking hazard, we gotta put it somewhere so that no one could ever deal with it and then dispose it properly. Instead, he's like, yeah, dude, yeah, you take this and you get rid of it. Like, what? So you're telling me that your safety precautions to something that freaking electrocuted so many people is get rid of it. Yeah, just take this thing, throw it wherever you want to put it, just get rid of it. It's like, okay, so you don't care about anyone else's well-being while getting rid of it? You would figure you actually would like to get rid of it, the bastard, instead of being like, yeah, because the worst part is that he tried to put it in the trunk and he couldn't fit. I would have made room. I said, screw that. I would have made room. I would have shoved him so hard in there just to make it close. Because it's kind of like, dude, that piece of trash electrocuting him. Chances are, if I keep it, like, you put in the back seat. If you put in the back seat, who's not saying the fact of it could be leaning on a metal object and your car is metal, and all of a sudden another electrical discharge happens, and guess what? You're getting fried and electrocuted, all because you couldn't put it in the freaking. It's like, dude, really? Really? Well, anyways, yeah, this bastard, I hate him so much. I don't even want to give credit to who it is. But if you do know who it is, well, yeah. But if you don't know who it is, I think it's for the best. I hate the bastard. I really, really do. And I guess one funny side note is I was trying to check out his daughter. Yeah, apparently he has a daughter and a son, and the daughter has red hair. On MTV, they showed the fifth movie, and I watched it, and damn, it was like very late at night. It was so crazy. Yeah, they kind of like cut it out. They cut it out the part where you actually got a closer look of what his daughter looks like. All you got to see was just the fact that she was just standing there in the doorway, and cut off showed the mother and the yeah. And this one, which I was watching on AMC, we actually got to see her. We got to see a close-up of her. And I would like to say I retract what I thought previously. It's the fact of, ooh, she's hot. Yeah, she's not hot at all. She's not freaking hot at all. Yeah, and she's daddy's girl, apparently, because she is torturous and stuff. So it's kind of like, ugh. So... I was hoping that the franchise finally died with this fifth movie, but apparently they actually did a soft reboot, which is bull crap. Not only that, but he looks different from what he originally looks like. Excuse me. So it's kind of like straight up bull crap, the fact that they want to continue on with it. I'm like, dude, let it die. Just let it die. There's 5 movies. Let it die. Screw you. When I see the freaking 4-pack movie or 5-pack movie in box set, I basically go to it, and I don't even know if lots of people know this, but I go to it and I say, Q, I hate you. I hate you. I want you to die. Go to hell. I hate you. That's what I do every single time I go, excuse me, to the videos. That's what happens when I go to the video section and I spot him when I didn't really even want to spot him at all. Yeah, I kind of like the whole out of mind, out of sight. Yeah, I really like that. But them, they had to put it like, yeah, they kept on rearranging crap. I mean, I don't even want to be near the freaking horror thing, but no, they have to put it by the $5 thing and all that. But really, I hate the bastard, and I guess this is like true closure because I'm never going to watch any of those movies ever again because I have my reasons. I do have to admit the second one was kind of cool because it kept on with the story. The only messed up part is how come the freaking mom had to go in psychiatric care, and yeah, I mean, chances are the mom is freaking worried as frick because, yeah, especially if she gets, literally if it went in the freaking news that the possessed tall or whatever piece of crap, that bastard came back again, she most likely is freaking the freak out. You gotta admit, she most likely is freaking the freak out and saying my son is in danger, my son was in danger, and I'm stuck in here? What the freaking hell? You do have to admit, yeah, I mean, if you're a mom or if you're a parent, you most likely would freak out if the freaking bastard who is trying to do something to your son is out there while for some freaking damn reason they think you're crazy and they put you in some place where you can't even go to your son and protect. Excuse me. The third movie, I mean, in better context because I watched it in Spanish and I just got the gist of it. Yeah, it's messed up. It really is messed up. Freaking dude got a heart attack seeing him. Damn. Damn. Yeah, and the freaking kid who witnessed everything, he actually sacrificed himself with a grenade. Yeah. Looks like every single person who ever knows about anything of him is dead. The mom isn't dead, though. The mom isn't dead. She saw him and everything. But I have to admit, the second movie was refreshing. I mean, I haven't seen the second movie, and it was very, very refreshing. And I think it's very horrible that the freaking teacher actually was like, oh my gosh, this kid did this horrible, heinous thing, and yeah, she freaking died. Yeah, this is funny. She freaking dies. I mean, here's the other stupid thing. It's the idea of you think the kid was smart enough to actually unlock a door? Yeah, I mean, really, I don't get it. I don't get it with this stupid teacher. The fact of she was like, okay, Andy, I know you're in there. Andy, open the door. I'm like, you locked it. You locked that door over there. Do you think, I mean, if you would figure that there's a disconnect right there where it's like, because usually you would figure the freaking door is broken over there, or you figure out that I don't really get it, man. I mean, chances are those freaking locks that's on the freaking door is most likely impenetrable, because if it was unimpenetrable, then Andy would be able to run out, the door would have been wide open, the other door would be open, and basically you'll just have the whole that bastard is chasing down Andy. But it didn't happen. Yeah. I mean, why would you think he's in there if chances are it's unbreakable? Well, technically, I think there's new technology, but still, it's unbreakable. Why the frig do you think he'll be in the closet? You know what's in the closet. You throw the damn bastard in the closet. You would figure that he's actually like, oh, so there is truth to that thing. You'll figure that. Oh my gosh, it's like, man, that stupid teacher, that stupid teacher. Yeah, and then you had the freaking father, but foster father, who finally gets to believe him. And here's the messed up kicker: it's the fact that the freaking damn foster mom thinks he killed him, which is like, okay, let me get it straight. So you think he tripped him and then straight up ran ninja style to where you saw him, and he's just right there? Not only that, but you would figure that since he has that, I don't know what it's called, I think it's a turkey cutter, you would figure he'll have like something on his foot that indicates that he was cut, because there was really nothing else in his hand when all that happened. And besides, if he actually did trip him, wouldn't he actually still be under the freaking stairwell? I mean, it's like some disconnect going on here. It's like, dudes, it doesn't count up the whole, oh, I'm gonna stand right here because I did the crime, and no. It's like, you're a dumb, stupid lady. He tried telling you, and yeah, I guess the real funny thing had to be the fact of the foster daughter was swinging, and then all of a sudden she recovered Tommy, and is like, holy crap! Yeah, and then she looks in the trash can, and it's like, oh, and the freaking foster mom got killed. It's like, damn. Oof, man. Well, at least the good news is that they're able to dust for prints. And since in the fourth movie they proved that they're able to find his prints, then you would figure that they most likely are like, okay, this is freaking weird. The dude that's dead, we found prints on it on the thing right there. We found prints on that. We found prints on the rope and the thing right there, and also on the doorknob. It's like, yeah, eventually they have to figure out some kind of crap. It's like, damn, man. The third movie, though, the third movie was interesting, actually. I mean, now since I understand it better, it's kind of like, yeah, it was messed up crap there. I do have to admit, that movie was messed up crap. The fourth one, I finally watched it like a few years ago, and I watched it now in context. It basically wasn't that intimidating. I mean, he looks freaking horrible. He looks ugly, but it's like, seriously, dude. Oh my gosh, dang. Yeah, you figure why I'm freaking intimidated? Look at his damn face. It's like that dude from. There's got to be a good one that actually represents how intimidating it is. I guess Freddy Krueger, but Freddy Krueger is not that intimidating. He's a bastard that you can kick between the balls, and he falls down saying, "Oh my nuts! What the hell are you, kid? How dare you kick me in the nuts?" I'm like, well, you tried to kill me, you bastard. So I kick you in the balls. That's how you take them all down. Just kick you in the balls. Oh man. What still? I don't know. I guess Leatherface or Leatherhead is the dude from Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah, he looks freaking butt ugly. Yeah, you figure that guy. Wait. Jason Voorhees. Yeah, Jason Voorhees, what he actually looks like under the freaking mask. Ugh. Ugh. God, man, that's horrible. Ugh. Dang. Ugh. 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 As for the fifth movie, there is like a certain scene that's very, very creepy and frightening. But I'm over it. He's a bastard, and I most likely will never see him in the light of day again. And if somehow I do see the freaking reboot movie, which I say fat chance in hell, yeah, I don't want to freaking know. Yeah, I want to freaking know. I might want to hear what the ending is, so I'm like, oh, frick. They're planning on rebooting it completely and starting all over again. Which, it kind of equals this crazy thing is that, yeah, I see you guys doing a reboot, so does that mean he's still chasing after Andy? Does that mean that the 10-hour gap, the 10-year gap that's right there, that you guys are now doing something about that 10-year gap? Or what? Yeah, and how the freak do you come back alive? You dumb bastards. Just let him die. Yeah, let him freaking die. Like, damn. Let the freaking series die. They let Airbud die. Air Buddies is now dead. Sadly, I would say Beethoven's dead, but yeah, they came up with a brand new movie now. Frick. Yeah, but there's like some that they let die. It looks like Disney's not doing any more sequels that are crappy as hell. So let it die. Let him die once and for all, man. Screw you. Let him die. Okay? That's it. Just let him go. Let him go. Well, anyways, thank you for watching. And yeah, I feel so much better. I felt so much better actually watching the stupid marathon and understand it. And one other thing is kind of funny is the fact. Oh yeah, they stripped him off that freaking knife he had. Okay, I had to make sure. Yeah, but I'm just seriously, my gosh, man, all this crap is horrible, dude. Yeah, I really hate this guy. I really, really do. I hate him. Well, anyways, I'm done. Thank you for listening, and for anyone who is completely confused on who I'm talking about, don't worry yourself about it. And for anyone who does know who I'm talking about, yeah, he's a bastard. I hate him. I hate him so much. See ya.